Well, golf is truly an international game, and today we join you from picturesque Marco Simone just outside Rome, here on EA Sports. Rich Lerner up in the box. To my left is Frank Nobilo. And Frank, these rounds are always fun, as our competitors here are going to be playing for skins.
Exactly, and get as many as you can. So at the end of the day, you want to be thick-skinned.
Well, you can't walk out and drop it any better than that. That is a fine tee shot right there. And we'll have to see going forward how often he leaves the driver in the bag. But a good shot here on the first hole with that 3-wood. So just what you want to start your day. Not the longest tee shot, but plenty long enough and in the fairway. To where the hole is cut, just about 190 yards, Frank. Frank landed it on the green.
It was never going to stop.
No chance. Well, had a good lie in the fairway, but couldn't do anything with it. That comes up woefully short. Okay, sensible play right there, and that one on deck.
Well, I got to say it, you hate to give away shots this early in the round.
Well, that, not his finest effort, and it's going to leave a very anxious putt to say bogey. This is an 11-foot putt. Are you kidding me?
That looked like it was in.
Okay, just the one drop shot, as that's in for a bogey. That is easy money there. A tap-in will do it. That's worth a skin and 25 grand. Now to the second, another par 4. This is a bear, though, at 506 yards. Tee shots need to avoid a large central bunker, as well as 2 more further up the left side. Good solid tee shot there, coming off the bogey at the first. This is in the fairway at number 2. This one starting a little left off the tee. And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. Well, going to be a lengthy putt for birdie, but on a long approach like that, anything on the green is a welcome sight. While sitting on an upslope here, you've got to be careful that you don't get this one straight up in the air from that lie. Going to have to be a little careful with this one. It's for birdie. That is an excellent lag putt right there. Had the speed perfectly. 11 feet away. Don't be short. Just another couple of turns, Frank. So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. Now to the third here at Marco Simone at 453 yards. It is the third of 3 par 4s to start out. Unlike the first 2 holes, this one bends to the right, and those who decide to take on the dogleg can often be rewarded with a short iron for the approach. That one gonna split the middle, maybe get a little rollout as well. That is a good, solid tee shot. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. This one working up the right side. Well, not this time. That one's in the rough. Might be a tough shot coming up. Well, not as close to the pin as you'd like, but when you find greens in regulation on a regular basis, you're going to have a chance. Working from the rough. Here's his second at 3. This one's going to need to carry some pace with it. A long one for birdie. Back up the slope. You like that right there, Frank?
Beautiful lag putt. Great pace.
Oh, yes. No words necessary. This is the putter from off the green. Nothing to it. It's in to save par. Nope, couldn't steer that one in, and it's going to be a skin for our hole winner. Our first par 3 of the round avails itself here at the 188-yard fourth. 2 bunkers right of the green should be avoided at all costs. And that one going to wind up smack dab in the middle of the green. That's a quality shot right there, just left of the hole, and a birdie opportunity coming up. And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass.
Oh boy, far from a good shot that.
Close. Couldn't ask for much more on that putt. 12 feet still to go. The line. Perfect there. And that's in for a birdie. A straightforward look here for birdie. Confidently rolled in there. Nothing to it. That's worth a skin and 25,000 bucks. Onwards to the 5th here at Marco Simone. It is the first of 2 shortish par 4s, this one at 376 yards. It's the first hole where water really comes into play. Those going with driver off the tee will need to keep their drives right, leaving a short approach to a somewhat tilted green. Yeah, nothing to fault there. Good balance, good follow through, and a good start to this hole. You can't drive it much better than that. That's the quick pickup of the tee right down the middle.
That sounded great off the club, and it is right down the middle.
Perfect spot to play this second, middle of the fairway.
Good shot again there. Well thought out. Landing the ball short, letting the ball run onto the green. And inside, well, I'd call that a birdie putt. So that's birdie range.
And that going to wind up safely on the putting surface. So from a little more than 70 yards, this is second. and that will make it onto the putting surface, but ultimately, not a real good shot. Let's bring in Nota Begay III for a look at birdie.
And if you've ever used the putting mat as a holiday gift, this is the putt, slightly up a hill and dead straight.
Well, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Yeah, good concentration there. That's a distance where a putt could get away, but that in for a par. So the birdie not to be, and she'll brush that in for her par. The sixth, as mentioned, is another short par for this one at 381 yards. It plays uphill with a deep fairway bunker right and two more problematic bunkers up near the green. Beautiful tempo to that swing, and this is going to wind up squarely in the fairway.
Another good tee shot just down the right side, and with that flag cut on the left, you can see exactly where you want to go.
Well, Frank, as we know, golf is not played generally on a flat surface, and here we go, uphill.
Yeah, and the uphill lie is going to guarantee you more loft than normal, so you're going to have to counteract that with maybe an extra club. And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green. It's a solid shot and a green in regulation, but a little away from the band. It might have been perhaps a little conservative, but right in the heart of the green.
Gonna have to give this a pretty good thump. This is well back there and into the hill. Look here at birdie.
And a very makeable look here. Not too much undulation at all. Maybe just a slight move to the right.
17-foot putt here.
So close to a birdie, but she'll be left shaking her head as she finishes that for a par. Okay, not much to do there, but tap that in and collect the 2 skins worth a cool 50 grand. The 7th is the longest of the par 3s here at Marco Simone at 222 yards. This hole features 2 bunkers short, protecting a long kidney-shaped green. Players who do not dial in the yardage just right can be left with an extremely difficult 2-putt.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch.
And that one not on the green, but not in a terrible spot either, sitting up in the short grass. Boy, just far too strong with a tee shot there, and this winds up flying the green. Now a delicate little chip here for his 2nd. This gonna be her 2nd shot now at the par 3. Two wayward shots. Now a 3rd to the par 3. And that will be quite a challenge from there to get away with his par.
If he can make this, I'd just take it and run to the next hole.
This is a 9-footer.
Yep, good work not to let that get away, and that's in for a par. The 8th hole is the longest of the par 4s here at Marco Simone, measuring out at a full 525 yards. Because of its length, this is a par 5 for the members, as water is in play up the entire left side of the hole and leads to a green that extends right around the hazard. And that will be more than adequate. It's safely into the fairway. That'll wind up the right side of the fairway. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Wow, even though that'll be a bogey, that is about as good as you can do right there.
That ball took a peek at the hole. Excellent shot.
Okay, can't take putts that length for granted, but that's in for a par. The ninth hole is where we find the first of 3 par 5s here at Marco Simone. This one at 587 yards. Similar to the 8th, water is an issue up the entire left side of the hole. The green is well protected too, with 2 bunkers left, 1 to the right, and that aforementioned water coming into play on shots long or left. And that will do just fine.
That's a fine tee shot, but it is a long, long way to this par 5. There's certainly a lot of different ways to play a par 5. Going to have to figure out the best way to play this par 5 using 3 shots to reach the green.
Now, from just under 300 yards, a second from the fairway at the par 5. Has to be thrilled with that second shot here to the par 5, Frank. Got everything out of that.
Yeah, did well just to advance the ball so far down the fairway. And now a fairly straightforward third shot. Two solid shots at the par 5 and found the green side bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot. Maybe a little too pumped up there. That just flew past the flag, but still an outside chance for a birdie.
Not quite on in 2. Here's the third from the greenside bunker. All right, not exactly what you're hoping for, but safely on the putting surface with birdie still in play. He has a 12-footer here. Oh, there's the surgeon's touch right there. Well done to run that in for a birdie. Nope, that needed to go down, and that'll be a skin for our hole winner. And that'll do it. A good battle here, gonna come to an end. Well, that'll wrap it up for us today. We saw a lot of great golf, Frank.
Yeah, the course was good. It was gettable for some, but, in the end, it really gave you what you deserve, just the way we want it.
And that'll do it for our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.